topic. It's a big topic. But I want us to start early so people can prepare to come and fight tomorrow. It's going to be a battle, especially since it's going to be a battle of almost, I can almost say, it's going to be a tough one. So the question is, who should a man buy a car for first? His mother or his wife? Who should a man buy a car for first? His mother or his wife? Now, this comes from a post on Tunde Ednot's page. For those of you who don't know who Tunde Ednot is, if you are on Instagram, you probably would know who he was. Tunde Ednot is very popular on Instagram. And he put up this post earlier on. Pregnant wife files for divorce after her husband bought his mother a car. She said, I can't be carrying your baby and walking with my legs while your mom drives a car. What is your opinion? Who should you buy a car for first? Your mother or your wife? Someone said his wife. This is not a debate, Joe. You would be amazed that this is one of the biggest debates. My comment on this particular post was, and it has 496 likes, why should your wife be walking and your mother driving? Now, a lot of people disagreed with me, and a lot of people are saying mother first. Buy your mother a car before you buy your wife a car. I think the last generation got, I'm sorry to say this, but got life twisted. And they took this twistedness and they passed it down to us. That's why I said we're going to fight over this. Why should I buy my mother a car when my wife does not have a car? Even if the wife is not pregnant, why should I buy my mother a car when my wife doesn't have a car? Why should me and my wife be sharing car and I'm buying a car for my mother? I thank God for my own mother. Oh. I always thank God for my mother. Professor of law. Oh, I can make mouth about my mother from here till tomorrow. Why should I buy my mother a car? Why can't my mother get herself a car? You see, the problem is the last generation. Many of you were raised by parents who gave up everything they had to raise you. And when they give up everything to raise you, what they do is they hand over the baton of you must pay me back. And they put unconscious burdens on. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you buying your mother a car. I will buy my mother a car. My mother doesn't need a car. If I need a car, I'll probably call my mother for one. You understand? So things like that are alien to me. As in, you understand? It's there are thoughts I struggle with. I thank God my father also has a car. But if imagine my mother didn't have a car. My mother's car is not my priority. When I have a wife, all of you say my mother first, my mother first, my mother first. Please don't marry them. If you want to suffer in this life, marry a man that will buy his mother a car before he buys you a car. If you want to suffer, marry a man that buys his mother a better car than your car. No, I'm telling you, women, if you are dating, just be looking at their comments. Break up with them. Just read all of them, all of them, all of them. Just say, if you see your husband here, just say, mother first, mother first. And just say, dear darling, I'm joking, don't break up, but just have a serious discussion with it. He has to change his mindset. Someone said Daddy Freeze is forcing his opinion on us. Women, this is a clear sign that his mother is a priority in the marriage. That marriage you will not enjoy that marriage. Me, I cannot expect my child, and one of my children is here. In fact, two of them are here. My children should buy me a car when their husband does not have car or their wife does not have car. I will even not raise that kind of child. Before I can buy my mother a car, my wife will have like 2 cars. Oh. I'll make sure that she's okay. My mother. My mother will be all right. Where is she going? And how she was going there, she will continue going there that way. Does my mother not have a husband? Let her husband buy her a car. I am my wife's husband. Let me take. Some people are saying pregnant. Yes, pregnancy is this woman has a right. Says she filed for a divorce. She has a right to file for a divorce because she's going to suffer in that marriage. Anything they want to do, they will first consider the mother first before you. Let's be telling ourselves the truth. The problem I have with Nigerians is they don't like to listen to the truth. We have 5 more minutes on the radio. So we are going to take this is what we are going to fight about tomorrow. Just know. And we're going to fight on it online for the whole of today. I'm even going to bring my daughter, who is going to be somebody's wife one day. And she's going to come and join me. That my fine daughter that people like. I'm going to bring her again. She's going to come and fight. So first, no, live and dangerous care. You can't bring it to show that I'm a bad parent, like the parents of the people that come and talk nonsense on the radio. I'll be like them too. So let me just behave myself. You know? Okay. So you want to come on live and dangerous?
No, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying okay.
My daughter is here ready to come and talk and put her mouth. So before we even go inside my daughter, first let's collect phone call. 99.3 Nigeria info. What's that our number again? Yeah, so we have you can take maybe 3 calls. We have 3 minutes. Can't we take 3 calls? You go and be carrying all those your people that will be greeting they'll first come on the radio and be doing naming ceremony. Hello everybody. Hello Ada. Hello Ada's guest. How are you all doing? I'm here to have most funds. By the time they say, okay, now talk, it is 12 midnight. So just carry people that know how to talk sharp. Okay. Love it. Today you are coming online. If you run away, thunder will chase you in that America that you are. Continue talking. Ada, I hand over to you.
Hello, 30 seconds. Yes. Okay, welcome back. Personally, I know my mom and I know what for me and my son and how she about for us. And then you state that you saw the dog without your husband. It's my responsibility to take care of her. I made it that vow myself that it's impossible for her to enjoy last days of her. So how would you now tell me that I have the possibility I should not buy a car for her and now having out my own wife? No, that's so wrong. Everybody has their own time and their own so you should not generalize. Thank you. Okay. Hello? Good evening. What's your name? Okay.
We can't hear all these callers, so they just they do para. As in, all of you that are saying mother first, I can't understand it. As my father was close to his mother, I can't hear what he's saying. As in, as in, those of you saying mother first, I can't believe how people think. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Ada, before you go, no more calls, but tell me, what was he saying? I didn't hear what he said, and neither did anybody hear.
Okay, I heard it. He said that we should forget about these people saying, I'll get a car for my dog first, and that when they actually fall in love, they will get stuff for their wives first before their moms. Some of them just saying this, they've gotten their girlfriends iPhone 12, but even getting a phone as cheap as a technophone for their mom to help them. You see? He said we should just forget about that. They're not
Ah.
saying it because it's not there yet.
Let me ask you a question, Ada. If you were a man, who would you get a car first? Your wife?
My husband.
Even as you're a woman.
My husband. What?
As in, you guys don't have a clue what marriage is. No wonder your marriages are failing up and down. Anyway, my own marriage too failed, so I don't think I can be a judge of this. But really, let me tell you, my ex-wife left my house with a brand new car that I bought when I was about 2 years old. I bought it brand new from Honda Place. Let me tell you how bad my own is. I don't believe in buying women tokumbo. Me, I can buy tokumbo for myself. I've never, or from the moment where I was, even taste buds, I never bought a tokumbo car, ever.
Okay.
Ever. As in mint, they must tear that nylon because I don't like my wife, so I will not buy her Benz or BMW. Do you understand? But if it is not brand new that she had tore the nylon, it would then have to be a very high grade Tokumbo, maybe 2 years old Yankee with low mileage. That's the worst I feel. As in, why I will not buy all these Benz and Co? Let me tell you, Benz get wahala. You know how to change gear in Benz. Now one button you will press, you will move the stalk up and down like this. You go here, now so one day I enter my Benz. First of all, now button, you press the button, the car no gree enter gear. What happened? The battery was low. Normal Toyota, the battery low as it managed. The car starts, but it no enter gear. Benz nowhere low. The car starts, the engine they warm. But it no gree enter gear because the battery was too low. You don't hear that kind of move before. Now that one you won't give woman. So you know what I now did? Let me now tell you how I now bypassed that because I still drove the car for like 1 week before I ordered the battery. The battery is 100 and something thousand. Now so Benz no gree well. You know what I did? I will start the car, let it warm first. Once it warms, I will now switch off the car. Now put on the ignition light. Then once the car is on ignition, I will now press the brake and use the stall to move it to neutral. Then you hear the car enter neutral kicking. Once it enters that neutral, you now start the car with the gear in neutral. Then you'll be engaging the gear will be working. Is that what I want to be putting woman through? Benzas are too tech. Toyota, you just put the car inside gear, brah. So what I believe in is get that car brand new. She drives it for the first 5,000 kilometers, no service, nothing. The tires are brand new, the shocks are brand new, everything is brand new. That's how I handle me. That's how I take care of my women. If you like, leave me with the car. No. I can bring child here. Hey, auntie, come. Have I ever bought your mother a used car before? Have I ever bought your mother a used car before? Let me tell you, one of the kids hated entering their mom's car because the car smelled brand new and she didn't like the smell of brand new car. Is you, Abby?
Oh, wow.
Yes, no. She didn't like the smell of. She gets car sick, so the smell of brand new car makes it worse.
Oh, okay.
As in, it's not even a condition for. As in, let me tell you, for me, mother and wife with regards to car, is like wife is on 90%, mother is on 15-20%. If my mother did not have a husband that can buy her a car, it's not my fault. And whatever my mother did for me, You know what my mother used to, you see, it's good to be raised by Oyibo people. My mother is white, as in Oyibo. Do you know that? No. I have to say this thing because I think our mentality in this part of the world is a bit twisted. Do you know that till my grandfather died in Romania, anytime I went to Romania, I remember my grandfather sitting down counting money to give us to go and shop. There's my mother, I never in my life saw my mother give my grandfather money. Never. And one day, I was asking my grandfather, I said, are you not too old to be giving us all this money? Are you not too old to be giving us all this money? Who is now going to take care of you? My grandfather said, no, I don't need any of you to take care of me. Just take care of your own children the way I've taken care of my own. Till my grandfather died, he used to take care of my mother, and my mother was not poor. And that's the mentality my mother has. Let me tell you, my cousins, when they got married, they got houses as gifts. All my cousins in Romania, is that they got house or they got land. Say, this is your land, go and develop it. Or this is a house or a skeleton house that you need to go and do the furnishing. They always got, or a flat. They all, area. You are supposed to take care of the previous generation. Move forward. Abroad, the previous generation is pushing you forward. And your thing is, you push the next generation forward. In Nigeria, no. Once you stand like this, you first have to go back. Everything we do, you must bury the old generation and spend all your money. Nobody cares whether you are Obi Kubana and you have the money. You are a Nigerian, Igbo, Yoruba, and you lose a relative, your grandfather, your grandmother. You will spend the money of house. You understand? Somebody is here saying Romania no be Oyinbo. Can you imagine? Adebola Aremu. When people don't have sense, they now come and talk publicly. Yeah, no. We are continuing tomorrow, and this thing is going to be fight. I'm glad that at least me and you are on the same page, so it is them against us. So look forward to this tomorrow on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The gist is not going to end. So let's think. My responsibility is for the next generation. I'll take care of my mother. My mother will not suffer. I thank God my mother had a father who raised her in such a way that she's not my problem. I thank God for my grandfather first, because if my grandfather did not raise my mother the way he raised her, she would not be the way she is now. I think of all of us, even from when we were in the university. My mother, when I was in the university, I remember going to meet my mom. I said, I have small money, please add money and help me get a car. My mother did it for all four of us. There's no one of my mother's child that she not buy a car for at one stage or the other. All of us. Someone said, what if your family depends on you? If my family depends on me, they don't need car. Car, not liability. You buy somebody a car, you are buying that person maintenance, you are buying that person. So my wife will be entering Uber with my child. Or me and my wife will be sharing car. Have you ever shared car with your wife before? I've done it before. So we go to plan route. Okay, today you go carry car, me I go enter Uber. Then I go buy my mama car. Me, where they generate the money, I go to enter Uber. It makes no sense. The ones that are generating the income should be the ones that are taken care of. You shouldn't be the one making money and then you are entering Uber. And your wife should not be. Let me tell you, there is no way you are married and you have one car and you will not enter Uber and you will not enter bus. It's impossible. So because there are days you have an important meeting, and that day your wife also has to go. Maybe she has to go and immunize the child. That happened to me with my ex before. When I have to drop her at the immunization center, then run off for a meeting, then from there she's going to take bus or whatever our pocket can afford. And in that period, I'm buying the first thing. Within 1 year of marriage, I bought my ex a car. Within 1 year of marriage, or 2 years of marriage, max, even though the car was a Chekele Tokumbo then, as my pocket reached, I buy my wife car. Someone said, my wife is using my car, then I'm using our office car. That makes sense. You have an office car that is dedicated to you. I've never worked in any organization that dedicates car to me. Never. I've never had the opportunity. Maybe if I worked in an oil company or if I worked in a bank or yes. So me and my wife will be sharing car. Let me tell you, a parent that leaves something for his child is a blessing. And let me tell you something. If you can't leave somebody something for your children, I always tell parents, don't be a liability. Don't be a liability. If you are expecting your child to come and buy you Benz and you don't have work, and the person will still hire you driver, you don't return. Think calm. And this generation needs to stop it. As you are, all of you listening to me, none of you must depend on your children. Figure your life out in such a way that your children, you'll be able to do something in their lives. Let me introduce my beautiful daughter. Where are you, Yella? She's been here since. It's just that this matter. She was supposed to come 15 minutes ago. And she has her own issues that she's going to come and fight with you people. Come and sit down. You are not yet ready. You are still combing your hair. Woman and Wala. She's still going to come and put mouth. Think about it. Let me tell you the kind of mother I have. My sister was going to give birth abroad. My mother was following her to the airport, I think, and then saw the ticket, economy class. My mother said, do you want the world to say that I'm wicked? That I have a pregnant daughter going to have, and my mother upgraded her to business class. How can you want them to say I'm wicked? So you now go with this big stomach, you now be squeezing inside economy class. What am I? Listen. I understand that many of our parents came from poverty. You don't solve the previous generation's poverty by depriving this current generation. It doesn't work. That's not the formula. And that's what has pulled Nigeria back. We keep going back to solve our regress problems, and then we try to go forward. We are not given a baton. You see, how relay is. You run, somebody is waiting, collect the baton. No. In Nigerian relay is different. You run backward to go and meet the person that is carrying the baton. So you can collect the baton and then you start running forward. Meanwhile, your mate in America is waiting there with his hand at the back, waiting to collect the baton. So, and they will ask questions. Come inside. You always make me look wrinkled because your face is so fresh.
Stop.
So let me ask you a question. Let me try to tilt this. Show more. They've seen me. I'm sure they're tired of me. My face is even wrinkly. I'll be looking at her. So, your husband or your mother, who's going to get the car first?
My husband.
Your husband. Why? Is it because of what I've been saying, or that's your mentality?
That's my mentality.
Why not your mother?
I don't know, because she has her own husband.
What if she didn't have a husband?
I'll take care of her, but I'll take care of her after my husband.
So your husband first?
Yes.
Okay, I'm proud of you, but
my husband.
you're living, yes.
I want to see him happy. I'm with him. I don't know how to explain it. Like, she had her own time. This is my own time, and this is my husband. He's like, I think I don't know about you, but I felt like I was meant to love my husband more than my father.
Mm. So that means I'm not getting a BMW from you.
Immediately.
Okay, so who gets the BMW first? Him.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Yella, and should we take a couple of contributions here and there, and then move on because she wanted to address something. Apparently, some people were not too nice to her with the way she was dressed the last time, so she wants to come and rant and warn all of you not to talk like that again. But before she does that, anybody wants to contribute anything? Anything? Anybody wants to say something in agreement, in disagreement?
Just
Hmm? Someone said it starts with not having too many children. They will not hear. While you see, between 1960 and 2021, Nigeria went from 45 million to 200 and something million. Hello, sister.
Hello, Daddy Chris.
Uh-huh.
Good evening, Ma.
My daughter
Hi,
is
good
greeting you.
evening. Yella, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. So what's your question? Or what's your take?
My take is going to be my husband, really, because and it's really sad to see a lot of men, their comments on your live show. It's sad that some men will actually choose their mother. I mean, you're buying your mom a car. Don't forget you still be sending money to service the car, sending money to fill the car, and also have a driver. Meanwhile, your wife is pregnant, for crying out sake. Your wife is pregnant. She's your wife. That should be your priority, not your mother. You take care of your mother, fine, but come on, my husband first.
Thank you,
My
you.
husband first.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my sister. God bless you. I love that. Take
Yes,
care of
thank you.
yourself.
Thank you. Bye.
Shupavon, brother Shupon. How far?
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. We can hear you. Go ahead with your contribution.
How are you, Ella?
Fine, thank you.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Long time. I love the discussion today. Let me say it from my own perspective. I come from with a family that believe that their sons supposed to take care of them. Like now, I've lost my mom. My dad is around, but his mentality is like he's old now. He cannot walk, but I have to do everything for him. Can for him, but I can't do all things. Like the necessity, I make sure he gets good meals, a good shelter, and food on his table. So those ones are the necessary. But a car, I don't think I will do it. My wife gets that one first. Because whether you like it or not, your parents have had their own time. And in your own time, you must do all you can for your woman. A lot of people like, my mom carried me for 9 months.
Her own mother too carried her for 9 months. It's a woman's duty to carry children for 9 months. You did not do what any woman has not done before.
Exactly. The sense of entitlement in our society is so bad. For every little thing that comes out of your
Come, don't let this thing follow you.
kid. So I see this that as a serious problem right now. Parents always feel they put their children under pressure. They don't allow their children to have a good married life because you are dragging your parents' bill and you are dragging your immediate family needs. And if your wife's parents too are entitled, because I had that problem in my former marriage, my ex. I was trying to balance my family, her family, and all at the same time. It became a serious burden. So now I've learned my lesson. Always take care of my woman, no matter what.
God bless you, Brother Shukwa. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Somebody said here that that he frees if his mother did not suffer to. Which suffer did my mother not suffer to? Do you know what my mother went through? My mother suffered to raise me. We are suffering to raise her. I know what her mother goes through to raise her. Am I lying? And she knows what we all go through. But that does not give me the right to collect a car from her when her husband does not have a car. How do you people think? This is what brought you people 100 generations behind the rest of the world. Mentality. How do you, are you thinking, if you buy me a car and your husband does not have a car, we burn it?
No, you won't.
I know I won't, but I'll be very upset with you. Take care of your husband first.
I bought you a Ferrari.
If you bought me a Ferrari, then we'll have another conversation. Then your husband can walk for a while, he'll be all right. Listen, our parents too had our parents. Listen, I say this all the time. I pray my children don't hold me responsible, but I hold my parents and their mentality responsible for the failure of the last generation. They know if you talk, tell their own elders, it put us for trouble. They know if you talk, complain about bad government, they sit down, they will look, it put us in trouble. Listen, between 1960 and now was our parents' reproductive generation. Our grandparents, all our parents, my parents, for instance, were all born before 1960. My dad was born before 1960. My mom was born before 1960. Between 1960 and now, that's between when Nigeria gained her independence and now, Nigeria went from 45 million to 205 million. Romania was 18 million in 1960, they are 19 million today. England was 55 million in 1960, they are 65 million today. While all these other countries were producing, we were reproducing. And the reproduction we had was that our children are going to be our investment. So we invest in having these children, so we retire on them. Bad mentality. This generation should not do it. I hope you are. Let them be seeing your face well. Enter the shot fully. Don't worry, they'll be hearing my voice. They know me, what I look like. So, on a final note, Thomas said population without plan. Absolutely. Now, they say there's COVID-19. The world was ready for it. We were not ready for it in any way or form. We eat with our 10 fingers. So, I think we can move on. Let's move to the next. Let me block this brain dead buffoon. Adebola Aremu. Oh, ní ọpọlọ. My daughter is here, so I'll behave myself. Wait till I tell you. If you not drink sniper, you're not well. Okay, nobody should retire on me. Nobody should retire on me. I did not come to this life for you to, and I will not retire on her.
Oh my God.
What's that? Somebody said it, and I'm just picking it from there. I'm not going to retire on them. They are not my retirement plan.
I said, oh my God, like it was touching me.
Well,
I'm happy that you think like that.
Why? So if I didn't think like that, you'd not take care of me. No, let's even leave that. All right, guys. So next topic. What did you want to talk about?
Dress code.
So
Logic.
I hand over to you. Logic.
Like the logic of dress code. Like I do not understand it.
Okay.
What was I discussing with you that day? There
Let me look for the video.
There's a video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, somebody just blessed the free nation. I know he doesn't. He always likes being anonymous. Pastor,
Your daughter with his body's daughter.
Pastor Toby Adegboyega just sent our
Yes,
ministry
dress code.
something. Thank you, Pastor Toby, my brother, very close brother of mine. Oh. I know he's there somewhere listening. It just came in now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, brother. Love you. You're a good man. You're a good man. You're a good man. Young man, always thinking of Nigeria, always thinking of how to move the poor forward. He is my. When I tell you, I have a lot of brothers that are pastors. God, sorry to interrupt you. God bless you, Pastor Toby Adegboyega. My darling, continue your gist.
So you're not going to speak.
I'm going to speak, but you are going to lead.
Okay, so what was I saying?
Sorry.
There are things that like they're not allowed to be
Mhm.
worn. How do I put it? How do I put it?
You know what happened? Let me give them the breakdown. You wore a top that, and I want you to have the same
Wait,
ginger
sorry.
you were gingering
Sorry,
for me.
somebody asked me why my off the shoulder top was off my shoulder. Like I was so confused. I didn't even know how to respond. Why is my off the shoulder top off my shoulder?
So the top is the top is supposed to be an off the shoulder top.
And he asked
Why is it off the shoulder? So what is it supposed to be? Under the leg? Doesn't the name define the clothing item? Now, there's one thing I like to ask, because that day I was also like, you two should have worn a better top. One thing I do with my kids is I allow them to have an opinion, not too much of an opinion, because if you allow this one, you will rule the whole house. But I allow them to have a reasonable amount of opinion. And she was like, that
you people have seen people with bigger, what's that thing? Mammary glands. I can't even say what it is because of people like you who vex if I say, you know what I want to say. So I have to say mammary glands. Even if mammary glands are inside the, you understand? You understand? Like it was just weird. Like everybody's like, okay, cover up your chest. People said cover up your chest. Why didn't you say cover up your? Because I don't have a lot. You've probably seen other people who like come on Instagram and they have a bit more than I do showing, and you do not complain about it. The reason why I felt that you guys felt compelled to complain about it was because I came on here as somebody's daughter, even if I am actually of age or above the age. Like
she's 19.
I'm 19. I'm not 18. I came here as someone's daughter. That's why you could say, I think she should raise up her top. Like, yes, some of you were really nice and everything, but still, full chest. I have a full chest. Thank you. But anyways, I'm just saying, it was just, we were talking about being forward that day, and I just felt that that was forward as well, because if you came on my live, I don't think you would be saying that.
Okay, two things. There was a story.
This guy is so rude.
What was the person?
I don't know much.
No, just ignore them. There was a busty woman. You can say bust. We can use the word bust.
Okay.
I think that should be allowed before Instagram and YouTube come and be doing. Or sorry, I'm bending between three cameras. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And because Instagram is like this and they are wahala, everybody else can see us clearly. But Instagram gives us just this. Maybe I should move it here. Okay. So what I was trying to say is, there was a busty woman in the US who was told that because her cleavage is too much, she should be cropping it out of her pictures so that it doesn't make her look unprofessional. At what stage do we begin to differentiate between a woman's right to dress up, how she chooses, and the moral, religious fabric of the society? That's question one. Question two, before our imported African religions, what were 19-year-old girls wearing in traditional Igbo and Yoruba land? Were they not tying wrapper on their chest?
I'm sure
On their chests. If I remember clearly, up till now, traditional Igbo attire that they dance in is wrapper on their chest too. Before bra, or is it brazier, was invented, what were you need to understand that you wearing something on your chest is not immoral African, is imported religion immoral.
They are
Listen.
really not ready for this discussion.
They're not ready for this discussion. Now, let me take this a little bit further here. You know what's going to happen? You face this camera. Face it totally. I'm going to join my live with another account. You understand? Because this conversation, I need them to see my face clearly. So I'm going to break the screen into two. Okay. Let me say request to join. So I'm requesting to join my view request. Okay, so you can see me here. Oh wow, it will be interfering. I didn't think, okay, I can mute this one and reduce this volume. Okay, is there any feedback? Or it's better? I have a backup account at the FRZ with 60-something thousand followers. Is there feedback? Now you look at this camera.
Yes, and this person, the reason men have so much audacity is because women are supposed to shun them, will instead attack the woman. That happens so many times. Like,
yes. So at least they can see my face here, right? Now, here's the thing. Why would we judge as immoral a dress code that was perfectly normal to us? Someone said there's a little feedback. Let me see if I can block this, since you can Google see me. Is it better now? I've muted that, but the problem is not the mic, it's the speaker. I've muted that phone's mic and I've taken the speaker to 0. Any feedback? I've muted one. Okay, some people said it's fine. I've reduced the volume on one. Okay, let me move this here. Sorry guys, Facebook is going to move. Okay, that means you're going to be cut out. Any echo here again? Is it okay? Let me tune it here. So yeah, just also remember there's one camera. There are 4 phones. So, what was a typical African dressing like? Is it not a young lady? Now, she was telling me that they said her chest was showing. And we looked at the video together. First of all, Taste Buds was upset.
And she was only upset because you people were upset.
Yes.
If you guys had nothing to say, she wouldn't actually have been upset about it.
So
that is also kind of wrong.
Explain.
Because she should have, like, she was upset like what you wore was indecent.
Okay.
But I know that she wasn't going to say that it was indecent if they hadn't said that it was indecent.
Okay, so she was
pressured.
She was pressured because a woman gets pressured when the first thing that they say about your daughter is she's not properly raised. Why is she dressed like that? Now, someone said before 1960, women were moving around topless in Nigeria. In South Africa till today, there are tribes that move around topless, and it's not considered immoral. We need to know where we draw the line between being Christians or Muslims, religions we imported from outside of Africa, and also the colonial influences of these religions.
And the people who colonized us, they are no longer like
They are no
wearing
longer
different-
wearing dress up to their teeth.
And the reason why it's so annoying is because, like, if you want some of your role models that are not black, maybe like let's say Beyonce, if Tiwa Savage and Beyonce did the same thing, and it had to do with nudity, you guys would be so quick to attack Tiwa Savage because she's your own, and that's why it doesn't make sense. She is your own, so why are you attacking her? They do all the like that thing that lady said about okay, women attacking women. It's not just about women attacking women. Black people attack black people just because you feel like you can. Like
And
what
Beyonce
other
is black though, by the way, so
No,
they will not
yeah,
misquote
she's-
you. But she's a
shit.
foreign,
Yeah,
yes.
she's black,
Or
but
maybe
she's
you
not-
meant to say someone like Kim Kardashian. Even
Yes, Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
But you're going to be so quick to judge Tiwa Savage because she is here in Nigeria with you. You just feel like, okay, I just have the audacity because she's Nigerian and I'm Nigerian. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why are you so quick to... Yes, double standards. It doesn't make sense. You remember when Kanye West said that thing about what's it called? At some point, black people chose... They put themselves under slavery. You're still putting yourself under slavery. Like, why are you doing that to yourself?
Yes, and I agree
Everyone
with.
thought he was crazy. Like, but it makes sense. Why are you doing that to yourself?
Now, I agree with her from that perspective because as black people was wearing something, I wish I had a piece of cloth across your chest without your areola or your nipples showing. I don't see how that is indecent. Wrapper on the chest. Nobody wears wrap. Let me tell you, it is humanly impossible to wear wrapper beyond here because see, your armpit is not straight, it is a V. So the higher the wrapper goes, the more you lift up your armpit, the further it will slide down. So our tradition, at least I know for Yorubas, I know for Igbos, I know for Cross River, and I know Benin, and even Calabaris. So Africans never considered showing your chest for a woman as indecent. Even at a point, it was okay for African women to even show their areolae and their nipples. It was okay. We need to have this conversation. So somebody comes and wears something on their chest and all of a sudden it is immoral. How? Why? Because the Oyibo people that gave you the twisted version of Christianity that you have did not give it to you like that. Or we're not Jews, remember. Christ came through the Jews, John chapter 4. When Christ was speaking to them, he said, because salvation came through the Jews. Salvation is what came through the Jews, not dress code. Someone said he never mentioned Delta. God bless you. So let's think about these things. If it was not indecent for your mother to go for a dance in the village and tie a wrapper on her chest, why is it indecent if somebody wears a boob tube?
It's not even just about that. It's not even about whether you see the nipples or the areolas anymore. Now it's just, I don't know, it's logical. If I wore a top that was backless, how many of you know what boob tape is? Like, boob tape just evolved now. Like, everyone just started wearing boob tape now. If I wore a top that was meant to be backless and I used boob tape on my boobs, you guys would see my back and see that I am obviously not wearing a bra, and you're still going to have a problem with it because the mentality, she is not wearing a bra, she is a slut. Period. That's how you guys see it. My areolas aren't showing, my nipples aren't showing because I am wearing boob tape. But you're just going to see it as she's not wearing a bra, so she is a slut. It is indecent. But what the bra was made to cover isn't showing. But you're still going to do it and say, oh, she's a slut, she's indecent, she doesn't have home training.
Now, that's another conversation we need to have. How did we get to that point? Somebody say, why 29-year-old girl, they lecture us, imagine.
And he didn't spell anything right. I should lecture you. Like, he didn't spell anything
No, they'll
right.
say you are like me. Just leave. Don't. Just leave them. When they are done, they will go. These are serious issues. Egun people of Badagry don't do the same. So,
Sorry.
there are some things you need to ignore
No,
because
he didn't insult us. He just said, so we are comparing primitive traditions in today's society.
okay. Hold on. You know what primitive tradition is?
What you're trying
What we are doing in Nigeria now
to is still primitive.
is primitive because
It's not
abroad, they don't dress like this anymore.
But this was their primitive.
This was their primitive. Our current is white people's primitive.
Aren't you ashamed?
Who said that?
No, I'm asking. Aren't you ashamed?
So what we are practicing in Nigeria, don't wear earring, cover this, cover that, is Oyinbo people's primitive. This is what they did 400 years ago.
I realized it was done.
Now, of course, there's now wisdom. Some say a tomato is a fruit. That's knowledge. Wisdom will tell you it does not belong in a fruit salad. Wisdom will also tell you you don't wear that boob tube if you are going to pass, if you are entering bus and you're going to drop at Obalinde and pass Koro to get to your house. Just in case somebody jumps on you, it will be very easy for the person to rough handle you. And then, of course, if they catch the person, that's what I teach my children. I say, look, I don't want to hear stories that touch. When you are around, there's a way the kids can dress in the house, there's a way they can dress outside, and there's a way they can dress to certain places. But I don't see why someone who is in her house on a live wearing something that is not inappropriate becomes an issue. I want to question where that mentality is coming from, and I think I deserve some answers. Somebody says they want to talk, so let's bring them in. Send a request. I can't add you unless you send a request. Let me bring Binta, and let me see who else. Anybody who wants to talk should send a request.
Sorry, excuse me.
Hello.
Hello, Binta. It's the same gist.
Good evening, Ma.
How are you, sweetie pie?
I'm fine, thank you.
DF, what's up?
What's up, Binta?
All right, so I've been through the same thing with my mom, my daughter going to the Pentecostal church, and everything stems from the Pentecostal church. Don't wear pants, don't wear this, don't wear that, don't wear the other. Now, if I'm in the comfort of my home, and this is the hypocritical thing I hate, because I know that for a fact her pastor and all these holier than thou church people, when they're in their homes, they wear night clothes that are pants and whatnot, but then they come and don't wear makeup, but then they wear powder. You know, so it's a double standard. It's hypocritical. Now, if you're wearing a tank top, right, there's nothing wrong with wearing a chest shows. That is fine. You don't have it all the way down. Nothing is drooping and hanging out. So, I mean, why should that pose? Why should you come on the camera in the comfort of your home and dress like you're going to a banquet? I mean, to me, it's ludicrous. It's crazy. And I don't think you should pay attention to whatever is being said. You're a young girl. You're 19. You know, it's... even if you wear shorts, even if you have a little belly showing or whatever, it's summertime. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And even if you go to church and you're wearing a dress that's above the knee, That's fine. Render your heart, not your garment. People pay too much attention to what you have on, right? I mean, don't look at my face. We're having a conversation. You ain't got to look at my outfit or what I got on. You know, fix your eyes where your eyes needs to be, yo. You know. So, I mean, it's a lot of hypocritical things and man-made laws that have been put into how you're supposed to appear. And like you rightly said, the colonial people that came and said this, sometimes, listen, the radical in me, why the hell do I have to get up at this time? Why do I got to use a knife and fork? When, you know, my people, we used our hands, we ate, we enjoyed it better that way. But here they come with this tool and say, this is the correct way to do this. This is the correct way to do that. I mean, come on. The Zulu women, they got it all out showing, and they got their stomach showing, they got the little skirts, and they hula hoop and do all of this stuff. Nobody sees them. Everybody's blind to their body type or whatever because that's their culture. But outside of that now, so you're expected to look a certain way, you're expected to sit a certain way, you're expected to behave a certain way. I mean, there are places, there's a time and a place for everything. We know that. So embrace yourself. You're coming into who you are. You're liking yourself. You're crushing on yourself. Your body is getting tight. Your body, you know, I mean, of course you're going to wear jeans to emphasize you're beautiful before gravity pulls it all down. And you're in my situation. Right? So enjoy who you are. Everything in modesty. There's nothing wrong with showing your arms. There's nothing wrong. I mean, you have on something very nice right now.
Thank you.
My daughter is 19 and it's the same. Well, hello, sir.
Yeah.
All right, we have somebody else joining us. Binta, no need to go away. Just wait a little. Let's hear what he has to say.
Oh man, I think I'm one of these night. I count myself as one of the lucky guys. Yeah. When it comes to dressing, I think we've literally forgot that we are Africans. We literally forgot that we have our own way of dressing. And to be honest, our own way of dressing, from my understanding, it's not we covering the whole body. We dress according to our culture, and that's what we are identified with. So if someone is putting on something foreign to me, because I live abroad, so when it's summer, you see a lot. Because by default, I'm not used to seeing that growing up. So I tend to feel as if these people are not dressing properly. I grew up in a deeper life setting. So I tend to see that these guys are not dressing properly. I don't attend deeper life now. I don't attend deeper life now, but I grew up with that mentality. So when I see people dress like that, I feel it that they are not dressing properly. Even my wife, when he dressed, I'll feel it, but I don't say it because I now realize that it's just something that has been part of me. All right, and I realize that these things is just like a kind of brainwash that we grew up with, and we accept it either from religion or from a foreign perspective. And as a matter of fact, I've lived abroad for a while. I've lived in England for a while. I was born here. My parents located back. I'm back now. My parents still back home. So I could understand. I have two lives. I schooled here and I schooled in Nigeria as a teenager. So I have two lives. I can understand. And I'm able to draw the lines in between, as a Westerner and as an African. So basically, what I'm going to say to this is, wherever you want to dress and it fits you. When I was growing up, I've seen people that because of common TV, they beat their children to stupor. I've seen parents that are pastors that don't allow their children to wear jeans. Can you imagine jeans? This is a man. Jeans. As a matter of fact, we are only deeper life that their children wear jeans. All of that children, they can't wear it. They don't wear jeans. I still remember a guy, a fantastic footballer. He was recruited for under 17. His parents said because in football they wear shorts, they didn't allow this guy to go for training.
Happened to my brother.
They didn't allow him to go for training. Can you imagine?
Right?
Because they wear shorts in a soccer game. Then you say because that thing is exposing your thigh as a man, not a woman now. Yeah. And they didn't allow him, and he was chosen for under 17 to play for the country. This happened for about 20 years ago. You know, so a lot of things has happened. And these pastors, why we agreeing on all their daughters, no one married. They got pregnant along the line. They got pregnant.
Anytime crazy things happen when I was growing up, first thing we said is it a pastor's kid? Because it's like they're always trying to break out. Because, you know, it's too much pressure on them. What's expected of them. They can't be normal kids. They can't wear normal clothes that all the other kids wear because you're a pastor. And it's the same thing they're trying to do to your daughter, Freeze, because you are supposed man of the cloth, a religious leader, is the way they look at you. They expect your daughter to come with some turtleneck outfit, long sleeves, or whatever.
Turtleneck, yeah. Come with turtleneck.
My brother would have been a professional football player, but because of the church that they were associated with, they couldn't. His legs were not supposed to be shown. This, that. I mean, it's just too much. It's too much. You know, there was a church that my sister-in-law belonged to as well that controlled everything they did. They got paid on Friday or every 2 weeks. Everybody was supposed to bring their paycheck to the pastor. Then he'll allocate to you what he thinks you should have. I mean, it's just some crazy. It's not cultish, you know. Anybody that tries, or any organization that tries to control what you wear, who you should be around, who you should talk to, what you should eat. I mean, it is a cult. It is a cult. I don't care who they are. I don't care. I hope they're hearing me. Any association that controls your life.
No, these are no.
You hear? What's your name, sweetie pie?
Daniela.
That's a nice name.
Thank you.
Anywhere they're trying to control you, it's a straight up cult, baby. Step back.
Straight up.
Let me live my
All right,
life.
guys. I want to bring Sheyi Law. Thank you so much, Binta. And the gentleman, we didn't quite get your name. What's your name, sir?
Yeah. On Instagram, it's Coronati. My name is Shola.
All right, Shola. Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you so much.
You guys were lovely.
With you, to be honest, I have something I like to discuss with you. I don't mind paying for your time.
Okay, Shola, no problem. Send me a DM. I'll hook you up today. I like the sound of paying for your time. It sounds so nice.
Come and give birth to me.
Yeah.
Someone said, Binta, come and give birth to me. What about Daddy Freeze? You don't want Daddy Freeze to give birth to you. Oh yeah, Binta, take care. Shola, see you in the DM.
Bye.
Yes, thank you. Cheers, bye.
Sheyi Law, are you still here? Let me end with Sheyi Law. I saw him here earlier on. Sheyi? Yes, Washiri. You want to end? You're enjoying yourself?
Because there's still more.
There's still more. All right.
That is free.
Hey! Sheyi Law. This is one of Nigeria's biggest comedians.
You, man.
Lovely to have you here. So what's your contribution?
You know, as I was listening, and I just remember the show that I did in 2019 that I said Blacker Than Ever. And I remember talking a lot about African culture and our history. And I said something. I said, the white people who came to Africa, and then they told us that we were primitive, that we were dressing naked and all that. Now you go to England, and it's just about 16 degrees, 18 degrees, and they're walking around almost naked. And then in Africa, they have an average temperature of 28 degrees. We're wearing 3-piece suits.
Brother! brother, I don't understand how suit is permitted in. I they wear this t-shirt, hit they burn me. Ask my kids, I walk around with t-shirt and shorts.
How funny it is that the more we think we are educated, the more we lose a greater part of our culture. And it is very funny. And that was why when somebody asked me one time, he said, between moral and legal, which will you choose? And I said, you see, legality and morality are almost based off on the same thing, but the problem with morals is that what is morally right in your culture might be morally wrong in my culture. And so I tend to tilt towards legality because legality comes from a place of human rights, you know, and a bit of freedom of expression. And so every time I think about it, some of the dressing that we adopted through religion are quite very funny. The people in the Middle East, which used to be North Africa, by the way, and then, you know, the whites' way of trying to coin things and bring division all the time, creating borders and that were not there, because the Middle East was formerly referred to as North Africa.
Oh, yeah.
That somehow
it was all part of
became divided, and then we have the Middle East. Their dressing is influenced by their region, where they had to wear the turban because of the sandstorm and all those stuff. And now somebody who is in Nigeria that does not suffer from sandstorm will not tie turban from head to the neck. And then you now see in the north, during the high temperature period, people are suffering from meningitis and portraying religion and dying from the ignorance of, you know, medical ignorance. Where they are supposed to free themselves and allow breeze to come in. You're all tied up. And then heat stroke starts killing people. And you're wondering, when will we evolve? And that's why sometimes when I talk to people, I say sometimes we read the Bible and then we don't really think deep about it, because first it has become a mystery. The Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. It didn't say the fear of God is all wisdom. That means if you fear God, you begin to you're supposed to begin to open your heart to principles that guides different wisdom. That is why there is principle to wealth, there is principle to health. You can't have ulcer and go and do 40 days fasting. It is stupidity. You can fear God and still be stupid if you don't open your heart to all that.
You can fear God and still be stupid.
But you know, and it is so, see, sometimes when I see some gathering where there are motivational speakers, there are multi-millionaires, there are people that are being called to come and talk, and then I listen in, and then I'm wondering, is this truly all of it? Is this truly all of it? Because some of these people that aspire to perspire will never tell you some of the free credit or the free loans that they got that they never paid back that made them who they are.
That made them aspire to perspire.
Oh God, you won't understand. And then you begin to follow the principles and it looks as if you are stagnant. That is because
Auntie Kemi is here with us tonight. This is an amazing gathering.
Process.
Kemi Oluloyo is here. Auntie Kemi.
So many process.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sheyi Law.
We have buried so many process.
Kí ni gbogbo eléyìí tó ń sọ yìí? Kí ni gbogbo talk tó ń sọ yìí? Gbogbo logical talk. Àríkẹ́ máa bọ̀ lékẹ́gbẹ́ tiwa wálé. Ẹ sì sọ̀rọ̀ 1 a.m.
Auntie B, see, you see, one of the things that that is most painful about Africa that I have found is the fact that we love to ignore process.
Yes, we do. All the time.
We love to ignore process.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we used to cover up for lack of explanation for the processes is now God.
Everything is too religious. Everything
You see-
is too religious.
Even for Christ himself, his journey to the cross passed through a certain process.
Full
And
of
those
haters.
processes were explained. They were explained. He was given birth to, he went into isolation to learn, he came out to teach. You know, he went through the fasting, he became empowered, you know, he began to teach, and then he came to the place of being celebrated, and then he feasted. You know, these processes,
Yeah.
people tend to just jump over it and come to, he came to save the world. He didn't just come to save the world.
He went
came
through a
and he went
process.
through the process
Sheyi,
that
Auntie Kemi
led
is here.
to saving the world.
Auntie Kemi is here.
Let
Thank
me
you so
say
much for your
something.
contribution. Don't go
Let me
anywhere
say-
yet. Auntie Kemi, mo fẹ́ gbọ́
Let
ti
me say
yín.
something to you.
Yes.
First of all, somebody in the comments said, I hope she's not here to beg for money. This morning I woke up and I said I want an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Do you know I got it free?
Nigeria people, I want
I
iPhone
got a
iPhone 12 Pro 2. Oh. It's only Auntie Kemi that cannot be enjoying all these things. Auntie Kemi, wait.
I got a 650,000 naira phone by the end of the day. See, the person said, I hope she's not here to beg. Sheyi, nígbà tí mo ń tọrọ iPhone lórí page mi láàárọ̀ yìí, àwọn èèyàn wà ní DM tó ń tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ mi. Why do you Nigerians come to my DM with your fake attitudes? Suddenly somebody has been kidnapped, they want ransom money. Can I help them donate? Somebody's in the hospital. Stop doing that. Come outside on your page and beg for money. Don't steal like hush puppy. Okay, don't do prostitution or locho. Just simply ask. Freeze. I asked for an iPhone 12 Pro Max. This morning, I said I need a new phone that will help me with my job. And I got that phone today.
Hey, who will buy me phone now?
Somebody sent me money today for the phone. Phone almost 650,000. One like the phone me. Kí ni màá ṣe? Ask and you shall receive. Ṣé bí nǹkan tẹ̀ sọ ní Bible nìyẹn?
Yes.
Àbí mo parọ́ ṣe yìí?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
and you shall receive. No, Auntie Kemi ask and I will receive your DM. Nigerians have this mentality of, I can't beg, I'm a beggar. All this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Look at them abusing me. But yet they come on your program. Look at your followers. Freeze. How they went up because they saw Kemi going live with Freeze.
Yes,
I
so
am not going back to my page for the next 3 months. Listen to me, Sheyi. All of you in this page, I am not going back to my page for the next 3 months. You are not ready for me. I wanted to do a critical show this morning on YouTube. Freeze, you're not bullying me, Kuro Benny.
Are you serious?
I left YouTube. Do you want me to tell you what I was going to say? I'll say it on your show. I was going to do a report about Woodbury. We went to court yesterday for Woodbury. So everybody was there. Next thing you know, stop forming accents. Stop forming accents. Stop this, stop that. Uncle me. Emi form accent. I lived 32 years in Eastern United States. Well, Eja can say Yoruba. Then the Igbos will start. Please speak in English. Start to respect my work and stop disrespecting me. I haven't posted all day. People are in my DM crying. Why have you not posted? So you know I'm so important.
Dr. Kemi, just ignore them. You know, one of the things I always see, the fact that when I check Instagram and I read people's comment,
right.
One of the questions I ask myself is, are these the youth that want to lead this nation?
Imagine.
Because when it looks as if the caption on the picture or the story and the comment are two different things entirely.
Very much.
I'm wondering, how did this caption, how did you warrant this comment? What is the correlation between this caption and the comment? So
they are just
sometimes we should just learn to ignore them.
Sorry, why I say we should ignore any coco? Because I have a totally different audience. Freeze. You know I'm updating Fox News at 4 a.m. in the morning on their website. I'm updating Fox News and I have a US audience. When you're updating a big giant network like that, nobody knows who's doing the updating. I do that 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Los Angeles is midnight. Once you lost, my wife did a road. News tell me she on the other side. My found Nigerians the information here. Want to need respect. So I'm going to share this Woodbury. You call Tilano.
Kilo Shele, what really happened?
Kilo,
what happened? What happened to him?
Freeze, let me do you a favor. The report I was going to do this morning that got almost 6,000 people on my YouTube, I will do it on your show now. We went to court yesterday for Woodbury. When I say we went to court, I have to dial into a U.S. federal court system called PACER. Once I dial, I put my password and I'm in the courtroom. Woodbury has refused totally to do a plea bargain. This is the third trial date. They have now postponed it to October. He has refused to plead guilty, and he has the worst case of all. Inside his phone, they found the Yahoo from Dubai and the Yahoo from South Africa. Everything they did in South Africa, okay? It's called Alibaba, a very huge BEC scam. That scam netted a lot of money. He took all the money, he did not want to share it with the others, and he ran to Dubai because he heard they were going to kill him, okay? Unfortunately, when he got to Dubai, him and Hush Puppy, they were living together, everything. But when they took their phones out of that raid, they found old things in his phone. He did not delete the BEC scam because obviously your first scam, I want people here again. Just you understand me?
Wow. So, and this is proven.
It's proven, yeah. This is what they do when they're greedy. So now the FBI has now used that as big evidence. Can you understand? Now, he wants a trial. He wants a trial. Now they want to move that trial. They want to set that trial for next year. So I think he's enjoying the prison. He's in Chicago, one of the worst prisons in Chicago. MCC, Metropolitan Correctional Center.
Where is Hush Puppy? Where is Hush Puppy? Where is Hush Puppy?
Hush Puppy's with the U.S. Marshals. The Marshals are not a prison. The Marshals are in an undisclosed location. The more I know, the most I know with the FBI guys, okay, my FBI insiders, is that the Marshals are in Colorado and Florida. In Colorado, they're under the ground. In Florida, they're in the middle of an island. Oriom, you know what? Oh, they escaped. Crocodile, helicopter, nothing dropped. It's for the worst prisoners, the worst and the worst, the killers, the cartels. Can I just tell you another gist? So Woodbury, you see, Woodbury wants a trial, so that'll be next year. Okay, but in October, the hearing that they postponed till October, we're going to hear if he wants to still have that trial or he wants to plead guilty. Oh, what's it all over? Yeah. Yeah, when we let him be by the mansion to coffee, yeah. Range Rover, oh, what's it talk? Yeah. Hush Puppy doesn't have anything. Woodbury's mother is running out of money. Do you know who the lawyers are? Woodbury has two lawyers, two of America's best criminal lawyers, Thomas Jerkin and Michael Nash. What is so? What is soft? Go to a plea deal. Oh, Yari. His own is $15.2 million in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency.
And all this, and you have proof for this.
The FBI said they're the ones that opened the wallets. This is the worst part. When he was stealing the money from the BEC, he opened the wallet with other people. But he did not know the FBI was the one that was operating it. I have a Bitcoin account. I have 350,000 in a Bitcoin account. Freeze. I asked if you notice when I'm asking for donations for my assignment, my fans, I always post a Bitcoin address. Some of the Bitcoin boys will donate to me. 350,000, low and red. Do you know who is operating it?
Who?
My son. KJ is the one operating my Bitcoin account next door in his room. Only login, only let me check everything. So that's what happened with Woodbury. The FBI was the one helping him do everything. And now they busted him. So that's the situation with Woodbury. With Hush Puppy, we're expecting them to give Hush Puppy 10 years. 10 to 15 years, but I'm hoping for 10. If he's very lucky, he'll get 5, which is really... Let me tell you why he would get 10. Because he was a by proxy. You know the meaning of by proxy, right?
No, explain.
Hush Puppy, a by proxy means... See, a lot of your followers... I'm sorry, these are not my fans. These are, stupid people that you have to ignore. By proxies... Freeze, I'm giving you the lowdown on your show. A by proxy is somebody who is doing a job for another person but doesn't know that what they are doing and who they are working for. Now, let me tell you what the FBI told me. When the FBI team will Hush Puppy, the FBI said they've been watching Hush Puppy for a long time, but they didn't do anything until they saw him working for the North Koreans. Then it became political. Sure, you understand me? When Alomari was hacking the computers, Hush Puppy's own job was to be moving the money well. Okay, he had three different accounts, and the name was the same, Malik. Sure you get? Malik Chase Bank, Malik Wells Fargo, all the big banks. So the whole thing about it, okay, is that Alomari's boy in North Korea, he has a Canadian citizenship. That boy is a state-sponsored hacker. Freeze, do you know the meaning of state-sponsored hacker? A hacker that the government of North Korea has to hack into the US system for the COVID money. Just again, got some mean. One Rico hack, one COVID money. Yeah. The North Koreans were testing Donald Trump. So this boy hacked into Donald Trump's money, the $100 million for the COVID ventilators. He got it out. So when he got it out, Hush Puppy moved the money for them. There you get.
Yeah.
Hush Puppy's percentage was 30 million. And the boys, their own was 70 million. But when Alomari was caught, after he got off the plane, Hush Puppy was like, oh my God, I have the whole 100 million.
Me, I'm not aware. Now interview are they do.
I know. He won't jump palo. He left and he said he wants to go and take a phone call. That was the phone call that came. Alomari had already been caught by the FBI. Now, Freeze, look at this. If I'm Alomari and you know the 100 million, what would you do? He got greedy and kept the whole money. So those boys went to tell the FBI. So now they thought Hush Puppy, okay, they know Hush Puppy was not working for the North Koreans. So that's what you mean by proxy. BY proxy. A by proxy doesn't know that they're working for the enemy. So that's why they nabbed Hush Puppy and they could not give him a prison. Well, if it's a prison, they had to give him to the US Marshals. Alomari's trial too is coming. These boys were very sophisticated. Let me say one more thing. Bam Bam called me today. The poor girl is upset. She you know Bam Bam.
Yes. What happened to her?
Yeah, what Teddy? Bam Bam and I have been talking all day. Oh, the interview is Did you see the interview her daddy did?
No.
She showed the interview is me.
No.
Navy guy.
Yeah.
The Navy guy on channels that said that he knows the people in charge of Boko Haram. And they asked him if he's scared of his life. And he said, if I die, it will make a difference. Bam Bam has been upset all day. Me and her, we've been talking about this stuff. In Jesus' name, because he got to my chest, Bam Bam. In because Bam Bam saw me go solo.
Auntie Kemi, battery me
Did you watch Kike's show?
No, my battery is about to die. My battery is flashing.
Fashion blogger for the gram. I hope you are not following me. Auntie Kemi, you talk too much. Please go away. And you share what I share.
Auntie Kemi. Oh yeah. Emma Binu.
Tiwa.
Sheyi, how is Tiwa?
Freeze, tell me to say Benedicta here.
Benedicta Junior new.
No.
Benedicta's what?
Benedicta Junior.
I'm her daughter.
Junior.
Who was it, Joye?
Oh, Joye,
Who was
go.
it, Joye? Who was it, Joye? Wow, you look like your mom, oh. See my face.
That's Auntie Kemi
See my hair, see
lawyer.
my white hair.
See how many people she brought?
I keep you real.
1,200 people.
These Instagram people, they don't keep you real. And Sheyi ti wan come here àti Tife.
Wọ́n kúkú wà máa lọ rí wọn. Mi ní pẹ́ lọ rí wọn.
Good. Happy birthday to her in about what? A week or two. You know,
Right,
so all
in a
of you
month.
guys are saying I talk too much. Ekpele, iPhone 12 Max.
Congrats on your
Is in my
iPhone
hand.
12. I'm looking for
Tomorrow.
my own. This day must not end
You
before I
know-
have an iPhone. I may not need the iPhone 12 Max. I may not need it.
My own is the one is Pro Max.
The iPhone
the
12
person
Pro
said-
Max. That's the one I need to. If Auntie Kemi can get it, I can get it too. I have hope.
Post it on your page.
My daughter is pinching
Freeze,
me.
you know what I saw? Freeze, you know what I saw? Freeze, you know what I saw on Facebook
What?
yesterday? Chris Wanju, the journalist, he said, my birthday is tomorrow. Are you guys giving me a present or should I do Kemi Olunloyo star? Post my account number. I was laughing. And I'm like, so I just said I wanted an iPhone. I need the phone because of the multimedia thing. Mama, but she documentaries are not. She showed me documentaries and everything. And next thing you know, everybody was coming in my DM, and this person said, I'm going to send you the money. Go and get the phone. Enjoy yourself. You've done a lot of good work. So, Lola Baya and Laura Pro Max, 12 Pro Max, iPhone 13, you won't pay. That kind of stuff. So, I'm like, you know, I'm like very, very whatever. So, I'm not going to be on Instagram. I'm not going to be on my page for the next 3 months. I want to rest. Okay, I'm going to be working elsewhere, but I will be on Instagram. I'll be coming on people's live videos, commenting all over, but I'm not posting anything on my page for 90 days. I just need to get away from people. It's called anxiety. Show I'm talking about anxiety now. Freeze. Just again. Anxiety, panic attack, money PTSD, more than 50% recovery. I'm bad like to post because I'm with you, Nilari.
Auntie Kemi,
Anyway, Jemalo Jerry.
Sheyi, God
Thank
bless
you
you
so
all.
very much.
Everybody who joined
All
us.
right, darling.
My
I'm
darling
never gonna be on
Yella.
somebody else's page.
Thank you
I'm
so
traveling
much.
around Instagram. Bye, baby.
Bye. Bye, Auntie,
Bye.
Auntie Kemi, bye.